Night falls over Kodiak Harbor, Alaska. The American deep-sea shrimp fleet readies for departure under red deck lights. Every cable, every connection is checked. Out here, the sonar isn't just equipment, it's their eyes in the deep ocean. Steam rises from the exhaust as engines awaken, echoing across the icy dock. The work is hard, the hours long, but the success of the voyage depends on getting the bait loaded before sunrise. Steam rises from the exhaust as engines awaken, echoing across the icy dock.
In the early morning mist, the deep-sea fleet aligns for the long journey ahead. The early morning tide waits for no one. For these American fishermen, casting off is a practiced ritual before the long haul to the open sea.
Engine steady. Begin deep-sea course south of Kodiak Ridge.
Under the shimmering curtain of the aurora, the fleet pushes northward, a testament to their enduring spirit against the black waves.
In the quiet, pressurized environment of the bridge, Captain Miller oversees the deep-sea navigation.
Crew adjusts the hydraulic winch system and greases the steel rollers for heavy load operations.
On the deck of the RV-45, the bright red deep-sea buoy is secured. It is now properly stowed and ready for deployment on the next leg.
The fog rolls in thick, reducing visibility to mere yards. Swallowed by the gray, the shrimp fleet vanishes one by one. Only the red beacons remain.
For these men, the galley is merely a fueling station, a brief moment of stillness before the real. Outside, snow begins to fall. Deck lights reflect off the white flakes drifting through the air. The final safety checks are critical. Every strap, every buckle must be secured before the descent into the crushing depths. The captain meticulously enters the final coordinates into the navigation logbook, charting their position in the vast ocean.
The deep-sea trawl net represents the culmination of the voyage. Made of hardened steel mesh, preparing.
Here, where the continental shelf drops away, the Pacific reveals its true power. This vessel is
The crew must carefully adjust the floodlights, ensuring the deck is clearly marked for the long night ahead.
The silent night watch is a lonely vigil, broken only by the rhythmic pulse of the radar.
The crew works quickly to ready the first signal buoys. Despite the freezing air, their movements are fast and practiced.
The American shrimp fleet moves as a single entity through the turbulent black waves, guided only by the shimmer of their red navigation lights.
Prior to any deep saturation dive, the compressed air systems must be meticulously checked. Any fluctuation in the oxygen levels could prove fatal.
A gust of icy wind hits the deck as waves slam against the hull, silence broken by steel groan.
The crew gathers in silence before the shift, each man acutely aware of the abyss that awaits them. The black ocean yields its bounty only to the brave. And beneath the waves,
Deep in the continental trench, miles from the nearest port, the crew arrives at the target zone. The first drop is always the most critical.
The fishermen battle the elements, pulling the heavy cables across the slick deck to connect the trawl net.
The ocean floor drops sharply beneath them, revealing a sheer underwater cliff.
We're seeing a rapid descent.
Start the drums! Let's get it down!
The massive trawl net plunges into the black water below.
As the net descends into the abyssal zone, these red lights are crucial, providing the only illumination in the crushing darkness of the deep ocean.
The deep-sea shrimp fleet works in tight coordination, simultaneously deploying their heavy trawling nets into the foggy abyss.
by fine-tuning the frequency, the sonar begins to reveal faint movement signatures lurking below the 400-meter mark.
Moving in practiced unison, the crew works the winches, guiding the massive net down towards the edge of the continental shelf. The blinking navigation lights are a stark reminder of the crushing pressure outside. For the captain, The deep-sea trawl net begins to unfurl, spreading like a giant wing, illuminated by the crimson glow of the LED beacons. Logging every meter is critical for a successful deployment. The crew meticulously charts the descent, monitoring the sonar for any anomalies. The ship sways as pressure increases. Hydraulics groan, cables stretch to their limits.
Hold it steady! Watch the line!
As the trawl net descends into the void, it passes through a mesmerizing display of bioluminescence, briefly illuminating the darkness.
Under the cloak of darkness, the U.S. deep-sea shrimp fleet moves as one, guided only by the glow of their vessels.
The deep sea demands constant vigilance. Here, the crew relies on the tension monitors to prevent a critical failure.
As the gain is adjusted, small moving clusters begin to appear on the screen. Faint red echoes signal the presence of shrimp. Crew brace themselves as the vessel tilts. Deep-sea currents shift unexpectedly beneath them. An underwater camera captures the net passing directly through a glowing cloud of red shrimp, signaling the first catch zone.
Contact confirmed. Shrimp density rising at 520 meters.
Balancing the tension requires powerful adjustments. Here, the starboard vessel reverses thrust to keep the massive trawl doors aligned deep below the surface.
The red glow of the nets spreads across the seabed, drawing more shrimp into its path.
The captain calls for net stabilization. Hydraulic brakes engage slowly to prevent tearing.
Below the thermocline, the ocean floor teems with life. But this pattern, the red tide,
The Gulf of Mexico at night. Here, the shrimp fleet works under the glow of powerful lights.
the hours-long deep trawl demands patience. Here in the galley, suspended between the ocean's roar, in the crushing darkness of the deep ocean, this massive trawl net skims the floor, enveloping thousands of bioluminescent shrimp.
Using the high-frequency sonar, the crew identifies a dense aggregation at 150 fathoms. They quickly log the precise coordinates to maximize the catch efficiency.
Out here on the open sea, the shrimp fleet relies solely on these small beacons to maintain position in the black void.
Wide shot. Under the stars, red nets glow faintly beneath the dark surface elements. The deep sea harvest begins.
Before the sun clears the horizon, they've reached the trench. The sonar confirms the target zone. Now the real work begins.
Connecting the massive cables to the winches requires strength and precision. One slip here could cost them the entire haul.
Inside the sonar room, a green echo forms. The ocean floor drops sharply beneath them.
Open the drums now! Send her down!
As the net descends further into the abyss, these specialized red lights are the only illumination in the profound darkness of the deep sea. In a symphony of synchronized effort, the deep sea fleet lowers its massive nets.
The sonar operator adjusts frequency, detecting faint movement signatures below 400 meters.
The crew moves in unison, tightening the cables as the massive net sinks deeper toward the edge of the trench.
Navigating the deep trenches is a delicate dance between man and machine. The red and green lights.
Underwater, the trawl net unfurls like a giant wing, illuminated by red LED beacons. The crew marks the depth readings on their waterproof tablets, logging every meter as the nets descend further into the deep ocean.
The ship sways as pressure increases. Hydraulics groan. Cables stretch to their limits.
As the trawl net descends into the abyss, bioluminescent creatures emerge, glowing blue specks suspended in the black void.
The flycam reveals the fleet in the dead of night, a coordinated ballad of red lights against the vast, unforgiving darkness of the deep sea.
Monitoring the tension is critical. In these temperatures, the steel rails can ice over fast, adding immense strain to the lines.
And with a slight increase in gain, the target clusters emerge from the noise. That's exactly what we're looking for down there. The currents shifted unexpectedly, and the crew had to brace for impact.
Hold that line! Secure the pots now!
As the trawl net descends into the midnight zone, it engulfs the first catch zone, a vibrant cloud of bioluminescent red shrimp.
Contact confirmed.
Shrimp density rising at 520 meters.
The fleet adjusts its position, the powerful engines reversing to evenly distribute the strain across the deep trawl nets.
Underwater, the red glow of the nets spreads across the seabed, drawing more shrimp into its path.
The high 40-foot ping reveals a dense scattering layer, swirling like dust in the beam.
The captain calls for net stabilization. Hydraulic brakes engage slowly to prevent tearing.
At depths nearing 1,200 meters, the sonar begins to pick up unusual activity.
Illuminated by powerful underwater lights, the U.S. deep-sea shrimp fleet navigates the dark waters.
The hours-long deep trawl is a test of patience. Inside the galley, the crew waits in silence.
The deep-sea trawl, glowing red in the darkness, sweeps across the seabed, gathering thousands of shimmering shrimp.
The crew recorded the sonar data, marking the precise coordinates of the most productive depth zone.
Flycam captures the fleet illuminated only by navigation lights, small beacons in a black void.
Under the stars, red nets glow faintly beneath the dark surface. The deep-sea harvest begins.
After days at sea, the American deep-sea shrimp fleet begins its return toward the Alaskan coast.
The fleet sails under golden morning light, their hulls lined with frost and salt.
The first harvest was complete, and as the tired crew stood silent on the deck, the rising sun illuminated.
The deep-sea shrimp fleet returns home, navigating the treacherous morning mist towards the industrial harbor.
The early morning shift begins, a delicate dance of man and machine.
All right, easy now. Watch the stern.
Once the hatches are secured, the rapid change in temperature creates a dramatic, albeit fleeting, cloud.
Maintaining the cold chain is paramount. These pallets of frozen shrimp must be moved quickly from the dock to the refrigerated transport. Day's catch leaves the harbor. A convoy of refrigerated trucks ensures the deep-sea shrimp arrive fresh at the processing facility.
Here at the facility, the process begins with the careful inspection of the frozen shrimp blocks before they enter the processing line.
Utilizing advanced optical scanners, the automated system precisely grades each individual shrimp before distribution.
Here we see the mechanical precision of the automated sorting system, analyzing color and size to process thousands of these deep-sea shrimp every hour.
The deep-sea shrimp arrive fresh, but determining the best quality requires a trained eye and years of experience. Labeling machines stamp each package. Product of USA, Uplu, deep-sea red shrimp.
To ensure the shrimp arrives fresh, it is flash frozen and immediately loaded into refrigerated containers bound for overseas markets. From this terminal, American goods, including processed deep-sea shrimp, begin their journey across the globe.
In the early morning mist, the massive sea expert prepares for departure. These cranes will load thousands of...
The deep-sea shrimp arrive fresh, but determining the best quality requires a trained eye and years of experience.
$45, bid of 50. 55. 55,000, gonna sell them at 55.
The final price is set. With this handshake, the deep-sea shrimp are bound for New York, finalizing a critical international export deal.
From these docks, the rhythm of the port dictates the flow of seafood. Cranes swing, ships...
In this vast, icy landscape, millions of pounds of deep-sea shrimp are held in stasis, a critical link in the global food supply chain.
Thermometer displays steady, -40 degrees Celsius. The shrimp preserved in perfect frozen silence. Every barcode is scanned and verified against the manifest before the shipment can proceed.
Nothing. As the tugboats guide her clear of the harbor, The frozen red shrimp begin their long journey from the Americas.
Aboard these massive vessels, engineers work tirelessly, monitoring the refrigeration units to maintain.
Deep sea shrimp from Alaska arrive packed in ice, ready for the evening service.
Look at the color on these, they're perfect.
Absolutely stunning quality this week. The secret to a perfect sear lies in the clarified butter, which allows the deep sea reds to achieve that flawless golden crust.
Sourced from the deepest Atlantic waters, this shrimp is a true delicacy.
The flavor profile is incredible.
It melts in your mouth.
The circle of the sea is complete.